It's a beautiful morning. Stockholm, Sweden. This is some new stuff they put in here. It's kind of cool, actually. It's a lot of people here just hanging out. So I think I'm actually gonna go back to where I came from. Um, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's go back this way. I'm definitely not a morning person, but every time I manage to get out early, I love it. It's yeah, it really it really wakes you up in a different way, and especially when the weather is nice like this, it's amazing. I wish I could do it more. You know, I don't sleep that well. I slept pretty poorly for several years, so it's hard to get up in the morning if you don't really have to be somewhere. And I work from home, so also I've been mainly in Sweden for the past couple of years since the pandemic, and but I still work with people in the U.S. So it's a lot of late Zoom meetings and stuff like that. So it makes it makes it hard to get up early when you have late meetings. You fall asleep late, and on top of that, I'm not a morning person. I would say I'm somewhere in between. I'm not really a night owl either, but just for some reason I've been staying up really late lately, or the past couple of years, because I've been working with people in the U.S. in a different time zone. But yeah, anyway, beautiful morning here in Stockholm, Sweden. Just going for a walk around this island where I stay, called Kungsholmen. And this probably looks like I'm in the, you know, outside of the city, but this is actually right in the middle of the city. So yeah, I'm just trying to get back in better routines, getting up early. I'm kind of back and forth with eating healthy, and then I kind of fall off. And I've been dealing with chronic pain and fatigue for probably since I was a teenager, at least the pain part. And I went to a special like pain program for 3 months last fall, and it taught me a lot about how it works and everything. Like through my whole life, I've just been going 200% all the time, even though I'm tired. So even though I'm tired and in pain, and that supposedly that makes it worse. And so I'm trying to change routines, trying to do all the little things to to just live healthier, have less pain, things like that. And one thing that I do like, if I can manage to get out early in the morning, is to go for a walk, especially when the weather is beautiful like this. So this is in right in the middle of Stockholm, in the city. It's an island called Kungsholmen where I stay, and it has pretty much like a boardwalk or park walk or whatever you may call this. It's like a little green area by the water around pretty much the whole island. On the other side is a little bit more buildings and concrete, but it's still like a boardwalk with restaurants and things. So it's very nice. Where are you guys from? Let me know in the comments. So this is Stockholm, Sweden. It's live now, but for those who watch the video later, it's in July. And I'm just going for a morning walk here in Stockholm, Sweden. Trying to get some exercise and a good start to the day. I work from home remotely. I do a lot of traveling and working, which I'm going to be posting videos. So if you guys are interested in that, feel free to subscribe. I'm going to be posting videos from Kenya and Turkey, Istanbul. I was traveling to both those places for a combined work and vacation earlier this summer. So I'm going to be posting some videos about that. So if you guys are into traveling, remote work, also I do music. I work mainly with advertisement and music production. So this channel, I guess, is going to be kind of weird. It's going to be a little bit about all those things that I occupy myself with, and things I enjoy, things I do for work. Let me know in the comments where you guys are from. To me, it's always interesting to see videos like this in, when people are just traveling, walking around, get a sense of what it looks like in different parts of the world, like how people look, what it looks like, get an idea of what life is like in different places and cities where you haven't been. So again, this is Stockholm, Sweden. Not early in the morning, it's about 9 o'clock. So I'm just not a morning person, but as I said earlier in the video, I've been dealing with chronic pain and bad sleep for a long time. So I'm really trying to change that. I was going to like a special pain program for 3 months last year, and it taught me a lot. So I'm just trying to implement those different things that I learned. Hopefully it can get a little bit better. But yeah, it's a beautiful walk here. To me, I used to live in New York for 18 years, 19 probably. And I used to always think it was amazing to come back here in the summer. I'm originally from Sweden. So it's just a beautiful place in the summer. The weather's not too hot and crazy. And the city is actually, it's a pretty big city. It's 1.2 million, I think. But in the summertime, it's kind of slow and chill. But, if you're into partying, things like that, there's still a lot going on. But it's not busy and crazy like New York. It's pretty chill in the summer. A lot of people going on vacation. So I see there's a couple of new people. So this is Stockholm, Sweden. Just going for a walk in the morning. trying to get my back into my routines. I'm kind of back and forth with that stuff, but I love getting up early in the morning if I can. It just wakes me up in a completely different way. Crime in Sweden got pretty bad the last couple of years. Star Smuth. Yeah, it's live. It's a real live. So crime got a lot worse. Man, look at this. The water is like a mirror. I don't know how good the resolution is in the live, but it looks amazing in real life. Very peaceful, exactly what I need in the morning, you know. Get started the right way. I wish I had a coffee with me. Maybe I should go grab one. So yeah, let me know in the comments where you guys are from. But to continue answering your question, how is crime in Sweden? It's gotten pretty bad because we got, for some reason, gangs gang activity just started going crazy a couple of years ago. So we went from the least deadly crime country in all of the European Union to the most deadly violent crimes in, I think in like a year or two. It just switched. So I don't know, it's a big problem. It's a very big problem that the politicians are trying to figure out, but obviously it's going to take many, many years. You know, if I don't think it's going to ever go back to what it was, but it's still very nice. Like, you see it on the news all the time, but I've never seen anything. I don't know anybody really that experienced anything. Actually, I'm lying. I do have a friend who lives outside the city in maybe not the best area, but not bad. There's a lot of, you know, you can't compare it really to bad areas in the States. It's not bad in the same sense because in the States there's like so much drugs and, well, I guess it's like that here now too. I don't really hang out in those areas anyway. Here's a very beautiful view. Let's take a look at that while I'm rambling on. Also, let me know in the comments what you guys are into. Like, what made you look at this? What made you start looking at this live feed? I mean, I haven't been back so much in New York, and I lived in Brooklyn almost all my 18, 19 years in New York. So yeah, Vendela, Haglund, this is Sweden. It's Kungsholmen in Stockholm. I can't really compare it to New York because I haven't really been there as much, you know, since I came back here during the pandemic. But all my friends are telling me that Brooklyn turned into the Wild West. I mean, it was already pretty bad in certain areas, but it just, I noticed it when I came back to my neighborhood in Crown Heights and Prospect Heights that I was staying the last couple of years before I moved, that like my block drastically changed. Even the guy in the corner store, he was like, man, it's not the same. You did a good thing that you left. He said it was like so much new people that came in and just, I mean, I guess that's what happened a couple of years ago too, you know, with all the gentrification in New York, which I think is fucked up to all the decent people who lived there before, who can't afford to stay anymore. But, you know, what can we do? That's just politics. But yeah, now I heard a lot of areas in Brooklyn went back like to how it used to be, a little bit worse, more crime. So what's it like? Where across the Hudson are you staying? Like on the Jersey side? There's a lot of people exercising here, and you don't see a lot of. I was actually on what do you call it? Like a live call with a friend from New York who lives in Queens. About a week ago. Like, you guys can check that out. We just I was just showing him basically what it looks like here, and we were just talking a bunch of crap and having fun. But he was saying that he was like, I literally didn't see one overweight person here, and it's really true. I mean, I'm so used to it, so I don't think about it. But it's very, you see very few overweight people here, although it got much worse. You know, I guess like anywhere in the world, you know, people are not exercising as much. Kids are not playing around outside as much. So Vendela, are you in Stockholm as well, or where in Sweden are you? And also, Star Smooth. I don't know how to say your name. Maybe it's Smith, but with an O. Um, were you planning to come over here, or how come you asked about the crime? I know people used to think Sweden was, you know, the perfect, peaceful country. So I don't know if it's starting to spread, like that has been changing a little bit over the past couple of 5-6 years. The thing is here though in Stockholm that in the inner city, that we call it the inner city, innerstan, it's still very nice. Like you don't have projects and stuff like that in the middle of the city, like in New York. So it's more so in the outskirts, like what we call suburbs here, förort. So suburbs could be hood, like kind of like project areas, or it could be, you know, what you call suburbs in the States, which is like, you know, houses and usually pretty nice. Okay, how's Vänersborg? I've never been there, I think. I know it's in the south of Sweden. Sorry, you know, I'm a ignorant Stockholmer who lived in New York for 18, 19 years. So my geography skills or knowledge of Sweden is not probably what it should be. But I know Vänersborg is in the south of Sweden. I try my best not to shake the camera too much. Hope that's okay. You know, I'm actually not a real YouTuber. I just do this for fun, and I've had a channel on YouTube for a long time where I uploaded music before, but nothing too serious like my work, just like quick ideas and stuff like that. And initially, I did it for friends who were also getting into music, who wanted to learn about music production. But now I'm thinking that I'm gonna do a little bit more. You know, a little bit more of everything, which I don't think definitely is not the way to do it if you want like commercial success on YouTube with like hundreds of thousands of followers. But that's not really the reason I'm doing this. I just want to post different things that I'm interested in, that's important to me, but it's still gonna be heavy on, I guess, remote work, traveling, music, a little bit of health, you know. So I'm actually going to be posting. Videos from a trip I did earlier this summer to Kenya in East Africa, where I worked remotely, had a few meetings, and I combined it with. See, we got stuff going on here too, unfortunately, in Sweden. Everything is not peaches and cream. We have problems too, you know. But an amazing place in the summertime. As I said earlier, while I lived in New York for many, many years, I used to love coming back here in the summertime because it's so peaceful, green, fresh air, you know. A little bit slow in the summertime. You know, if you compare to other places in Sweden, people say it's pretty stressful and hectic here. And but yeah, coming from New York, coming from Brooklyn, New York, in the summertime when it's crazy and super hot and humid, bad air, it was just amazing to come back here. Now I'm starting to get a little bit used to it, so it's not quite the same thing, but still amazing in the summertime. So yeah, guys, if you want to see more videos with me traveling, working, talking about different experiences, music production, creative stuff, health, please join my channel. I'm gonna start posting more stuff and change it up a little bit from before. But I think what I'll do is that I'll have different playlists, because it's gonna be pretty, I guess the channel is gonna be pretty all over the place compared to what's recommended when you have a YouTube channel. So just let me know if you were a follower since before, or if you just saw this live feed and jumped on. This is, I think, City Hall. It's called Stadshuset, so I think that's City Hall in English. It's a beautiful place. I guess it's a tourist attraction, judging by the buses and cameras. So yeah, let's take a look inside. It's actually a really nice view when you go inside on the courtyard. The median temperature in Sweden, I don't know what the medium is. Right now it's 20, right now it's in the morning, like 9:30, and it's 20, 21, 22. It was 20 when I left the house, but it feels like it's got a little bit warmer. So I would say around 21, 22. So converting that to Fahrenheit, I would say like 75 maybe. It's definite, depending on where you're from. Summer here can be pretty chilly, I guess, in some people's opinion. To me, it's perfect in the summer, because I used to live in New York for 19 years, and it's way too humid and hot for me there. So this is pretty nice. So a lot of people who don't get married in church, this is where many of them get married. So this is City Hall in Stockholm. It has a really amazing view over here. And yeah, Michael de la Cerda, let me know where you're from. Where do you live? Or is it Michelle? No, it's Michael, right? Michael de la Cerda. So yeah, if you guys are into traveling just as a tourist, or traveling for work, doing remote work, I would say Stockholm in the summertime is amazing. If you're from, I would say, if you're anywhere outside of Scandinavia, it's probably a pretty amazing experience. It's not cheap, I'm gonna say that for sure. It's not a cheap country at all. If you're in the US, the Swedish currency, the krona, is pretty weak right now. So I guess if you come in here with US dollars, it's okay, but it's definitely not a cheap country. But a very, very nice place, I would say, to come to if you want to work remotely for like a week or two, get away from the hustle and bustle in places like New York and see something new. And that's exactly what I did this summer when I went to Kenya in East Africa. I went there for work, to work remotely, and I had a few meetings, and of course also some sightseeing and a couple of days vacation. But yeah, I like to, even when I'm in the city, I do a lot of work from home in New York or here. In New York, we do have an office that I stop by a couple of days a week, but here in Sweden, I mainly work from home in coffee shops, and sometimes I've had like co-working spaces too. But I just like to get out of the house and see different places and see people. Especially when I do creative work like music, it's so nice to step outside and see people, and even travel to different places if you can. You know, if you have the option to get away from your regular environment for for a couple of weeks and get some new impressions, like see different parts of the world while you also can do some work. I think it's amazing. But yeah, if you're interested in stuff like that, check out my videos. Subscribe to the channel and check out my videos that I'll be posting soon about my trip to Kenya earlier this summer and to Turkey, Istanbul. Both were amazing experiences. Okay, let's not ruin these guys' photo shoot. But yeah, to continue on the... ja, jag kan prata svenska. Inte det absolut bästa ordförrådet efter nästan 20 år i USA, men det funkar. Jag kan... vad säger man? Jag kan göra mig förstådd. But yeah, guys, Vendela in the chat was asking me to speak some Swedish. Yeah, temperature can get very chilly here. It can get rainy and pretty miserable. So on a bad summer, you know, it can be like around 16, 17 degrees and rain. But usually, I don't know, my experience the past couple of years when I've been coming home from New York is that I enjoy the summers regardless, because in New York, you're just suffering. It's just too hot, too crazy. Like you take a clean shirt out of your closet and it feels wet already because it's so humid. I remember one time many years ago, I think before I actually moved to New York, and I was staying at a friend's place who was a photographer, Swedish guy who worked as a model and a photographer back then. He's still a photographer, by the way, in New York. He lives in Brooklyn also. Yeah, I stayed at his place, and I remember that summer when I was staying there, no AC, in a loft bed, like up high by the ceiling. For a couple of days straight, it was about 40 degrees Celsius, so like around 100, 102 or something Fahrenheit, and the humidity was like 95 to 100%. It was crazy. I don't even know how that's possible. I feel like it should be the ocean if it's 100%. If it's 100% humidity, that should be the ocean. But all right, so I'm still in this part of Stockholm called Kungsholmen, and for some reason along this side we got these like old boats. I don't know if it's like, I guess it's like old fisher boats or something, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You don't really see this when you travel around other places in the world. You always see just the newest fancy yachts and stuff, but here you got like older boats like this. I appreciate that. Everything doesn't have to be Kardashian luxury 24/7, you know? And also, Stockholm is very nice for bike riding. We have bike lanes almost everywhere. And to me, that's just a great way to get some exercise for free, basically. It doesn't even feel like exercise. And I used to do the same thing in New York, to be honest. The first 10 years I lived there, I didn't have a bike. And then me and my ex, we decided on her birthday to just get bikes. And it was probably one of the best decisions I did during those 20 years in New York. New York is just an amazing place to ride a bike too, because you can, for some reason, I just find new areas that I've never been to, new cool restaurants and little, you know, nice little pockets in the city that you kind of miss when you're either driving or walking and taking trains and stuff, because when you're driving, obviously you gotta follow traffic and you can't just make a left on a one-way street. So yeah, definitely, if you guys come in here, definitely recommend biking. I think I'm gonna put my headphones on. All right, excuse me for a second. Just gonna put my headphones on. It's a lot of nice building on this side of Kungsholmen, at least in my opinion. Okay. Where he lived, your brother lived in Kungsholmen. That's cool. I grew up not far from this area, but back then I never came here for some reason. This was like, even though I was probably just a 10-minute walk from this island, I never used to come here during all my years growing up here in Sweden. I don't know why. It's just like back then it wasn't really anything here. It was very, very residential, and not really a reason to come here unless you lived here or had friends here, I guess. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments if you like these type of videos, and let me know if you already a subscriber or if you just found this live feed. And please subscribe. I'm gonna start posting similar videos to this from when I'm traveling different places in the world. Kenya, East Africa, Istanbul, Turkey, Paris. I'm gonna have some videos from New York. Basically me just hanging out, doing remote work from different places, and just showing you guys around. It's just something I really enjoy doing, and yeah, we'll see. Please subscribe. On this side is also a couple of really nice restaurants and bars and stuff like that. I never had food there, I think, so I can't really tell you if it's a great place to come and eat. But if you're coming from another country, it's definitely a nice place to stop by for a drink with a very nice view here. And so they got all kind of restaurants and bars on these boats here, and also this place here. And if you keep walking this way, there's another beautiful place that I've been to a few times, like literally on the water too. Nice place for drinks on a Friday or Saturday. It's I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's because I've been traveling and stuff and coming back here, but to me it feels like extra slow and empty in the city the past like week or two. I've been asking some people about it, and they said, everybody's going on vacation at the same time in Sweden, pretty much. So maybe that's why, but I feel like still, I haven't really noticed it that much last year and the year before. But again, it's also 9:45 in the morning right now, so obviously there's not going to be people having lunch and things like that. How long is the live? I don't know. I'll keep going for a while. I'm actually heading over to outside gym, where I'm gonna do a little morning workout and then head back home and start working. So probably another 5 or 10 minutes. So I really don't know what's up with all these like old boats here. I don't know if it's people who live in here or why they all docked over here. If you see this bridge, if you see that bridge, there's another small island on the other side of that where I used to live the first 2 years when I came back from New York. And over there you have these type of boats where people actually live. So they have a boat that they renovate, turn it into an apartment, and then they just pay for whatever you call this, Kai Plats, I guess in Swedish. I don't know how you say it in. They just pay a fee to dock the boat over there by the island and you know, people stay there. I actually saw that there was a whole area like that with literal houseboats, which is a pretty cool concept. You know, it's a very nice bike ride to go out that way. So maybe I'll stop by and do a video from there one day. Over here, there's under these trees, there's a cafe. This little thing right here. They have like really good coffee and ice cream and stuff like that. I come and sit here sometimes and do some work on my laptop. Love to come outside and do creative work when you don't have to really like super focus, but more, you know, organize, come up with creative ideas. Looks like it's gonna be something nice here, or maybe just a dock for boats. But yeah, beautiful place here, perfect. If you guys are interested in traveling for working remotely, I can definitely recommend Stockholm in the summertime. Not cheap for sure, not cheap at all, but amazing place in the summertime, and so many cool places to go grab a drink after work, and you know, nice cafes, nice scenery. We have like a small national park, literally 10-minute drive from where I live, or you can also take the subway straight there in like 10-15 minutes. Called I don't know what the actual park is called, but in Swedish is called the subway stop is called Kungsholmen. So that's very nice. That's also something that I like to do. I haven't been good at doing these morning walks for a while, since I got back from my trips this summer. But it's something I really want to start doing because, yeah, I've been dealing with chronic pain for a very long time, and it got much worse during the pandemic when I was sitting down way much and not really working out like I used to. So trying to get back into very, very, very good routines and, you know, get rid of some of that pain. Yeah, very beautiful here. Nice little walk along the water. And on the other side, there's another very big island called Södermalm. And yeah, that's like a very popular place in the past 10 years to live and to go party and things like that. I guess I'm doing a lot of comparisons to New York because that's where I lived, and I know I have a lot of followers in the States and in New York, so it makes sense to compare it to that. But yeah, if you compare it to New York, I would say Södermalm on the other side of the water here. If you cross this bridge, it's kind of like some parts of it, not everywhere, but some parts of it is like Williamsburg. So it's like, it used to be very artsy and kind of working class, I guess, and then it became popular, and then you know what happens, everybody moves in with money and want to be cool too. So obviously way more like commercialized, but a very cool area if you're into like the Williamsburg type of vibe in New York. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments where you're from. These are pretty cool. They're not very comfortable. I tried them once. I guess this guy or girl, he enjoys it, but to me, that 90-degree angle for my back is not a good look. Over here is the place I talked about earlier, where I went a couple of times for drinks. I don't know about the food. The food never really grabbed my, interest or my taste buds. But yeah, really nice place to have drinks on the water. Usually packed on the weekends, or not even weekends, just any time in the summertime. If you're into stuff like this, definitely a cool place. It's called Mälarpaviljongen, and the other place we passed by is called Orangeriet. Again, guys. All right, thanks, Vendela. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like this stuff, and you want to see stuff like this from different parts of the world. Let me know when I'm out on my little trips. Super nice. I don't know. Actually, kind of looks like some Asian or African little hut right there on the water, but really cool place. It's a nice place to come here and just like clear your mind. I should come here in the morning more and just sit down on the bench like that guy. At least when the weather's not like this. You know? Jot down some notes and ideas for work on my phone. Or simply put the phone away and just be like screen free for a second. That's something I'm really trying to change also this year. Is try to get away from my phone. It's so easy to get addicted to that thing, and I realize that it causes a lot of stress. To constantly, even though you're having fun, like you scrolling in YouTube and Instagram and all this stuff, like it really puts stress on your brain, and I think that's why so many people are. I mean, that's one reason, society in general, but a reason why so many people are getting diagnosed with ADHD now is because I think if you have slight ADHD that kind of would have went under the radar 10, 20, 30 years ago, like now you have so many triggers for that. So, people get very distracted. I think I'll just sit down here actually. So yeah, Stockholm, Sweden. Going for a morning walk. Just decided to sit down here and look at the view for a little bit and relax. Clear my thoughts a little bit before I get back to work. Let me know in the comments where you guys from. And I see people are coming in and out of the feed, so I keep repeating the same stuff too. If you like these type of videos, I'm gonna be posting videos from when I've been traveling and working remotely in different countries and cities and coffee shops and all kind of stuff, And yeah, me personally, I really like watching similar videos, like people traveling different countries. You know, I'm a little bit tired of TV and TV shows. Like I don't even have my cable TV hooked up at my house. We do have it included in the what do you call it in English? Like a condo maintenance fee. It's kind of like a co-op condo, thing here in Sweden. We do have actual condos too, like where you literally own it, but it's very, very rare. So most of it is, I think the rules and laws are kind of like a mix between American condos and co-ops. So you have a board in the building, and you own the space. You own shares to live in a specific space, which is your apartment, and you pay a fee to the board for yeah, I guess for maintenance of the building and stuff like that. And then you have meetings and vote for different things. Um, so why am I telling that story? I kind of lost my train of thought. Um, anyway, Sweden, early morning walk, trying to get back into early morning routines. And oh yeah, they're doing construction in my backyard for a year, so they start drilling at 7:30 every morning. So I might as well try to force myself up then and just get out, especially when the weather is beautiful like this. You know, I walked around this island where I live called Kungsholmen, and yeah, it's an amazing walk. And for all you guys who like to travel, and if you can travel for work, that's definitely what I'm into. I've been working from home for several years, even before I moved back here from New York. And I always love to go to different cafes and even bars and stuff to do certain type of work on my computer or even on my phone. Luckily, you can do that these days, but it's kind of like a curse also, because since I'm working for myself and with partners in New York, you always feel like you have work to do. You, it's never enough. So that's something I'm trying to get into this year, to kind of like really separate work and my free time. But I will forever love to work remotely from different places. It's just more inspiring to see people walking by, and especially if you're in a new place and you can kind of people watch as you're doing work. Of course, certain type of work, you really need to lock in and be in your probably apartment or office or studio or whatever it is. I work in branding and advertising and music production, and I've been co-founder of a couple of startups in New York, and I owned a restaurant in Brooklyn, New York before. So I do a lot of different things, and what I've learned from all my businesses and everything I've done in life is that I really, really like to not be stuck in one place every single day. My mind I get so bored and uninspired. So I guess that's the point a little bit with these new videos that I'm starting to post. Just kind of, yeah, I mean, it actually started with me just doing a call for fun, a live call with a friend in New York, and I showed him around, and a lot of people seem to enjoy it. So I guess what I'm doing is remote working, these like walkthroughs, music production, entrepreneurship, health, a little bit of everything. It's going to be a crazy channel, but if it sounds interesting to you, please do subscribe. I'll be posting some videos the next week or so from some trips I made to different destinations across the world for work and vacation. So I was in Kenya, East Africa, Istanbul, Paris, New York, Denmark, a couple of different places. Not at the same time, but I did shoot some footage there, planning to make these videos. So yeah, subscribe, and I'll start posting soon. I'm gonna start posting shorter videos first, and then I'll probably do like a couple of long ones. But it takes a lot of time when you edit and stuff. And I don't enjoy video editing, and I'm not very good at it yet, but I definitely want to learn it, for all my, the interesting thing with a YouTube channel is that it's like literally going to school, um, because there's so many things you have to learn. Of course, it would have been easier if a teacher told you, the right order of doing things and stuff like that. But just having a YouTube channel, I think, teaches me so much that I could have used for my businesses earlier, instead of paying thousands and thousands of dollars to, social media and programmers and things like that. So slowly but surely, I'm getting better at all these little things, you know. And but I do like the live thing. I know I'm rambling a lot, but I kind of enjoy watching live videos myself. It's a little bit more personal. It's not so fake, where everybody has talks in a certain way, waving their hands around in front of the camera, and it seems like they're trying to sell you something. So I kind of enjoy stuff like this, but of course, there's going to be a lot of rambling. But anyway, this is Stockholm, Sweden. Beautiful park here called Rålambshovsparken. It's about a 10-minute walk from where I'm staying. And this is a little outside gym where I'm planning to do a quick workout now. So I'll be probably ending this live in 3-4 minutes. Let me go sit down over here for a minute. But yeah, we got like a volleyball court over there, or do you call it a court? I don't know. It's a beach volleyball with sand. Got a basketball court over there. Got a huge skate park. Actually, let's go take a look at the skate park. It's pretty cool. And people go swimming over there. The water is very clean here in Stockholm, so you can swim pretty much anywhere. I mean, I wouldn't do it right where a lot of boats pass by, but here, perfect. Let me know where you guys live. Like, where you from? What country are you from? What city? We've had actually nobody wants to disclose their location, which is cool. But it would be interesting to me to know where you guys are from. Like, it'd be easier for me to know what to talk about. That would be interesting. Me personally, for those who just checked in, I'm originally from Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden, but I lived in New York for basically most of my adult life, and I more or less moved back during the pandemic. My mother's been very, very ill, so I felt like, after not really seeing my family and friends and relatives for many years, I figured it was a good idea. Nobody really knew how bad the pandemic was gonna get, like if everybody was gonna die, and the fact that you couldn't travel. I wanted to be around my mom, who lived in the south of France for 17 years, in a small medieval village in the outskirts of Nice, like right by the Italian border in the south of France. Beautiful, beautiful place. I wish she didn't sell her apartments there, because then I would definitely be traveling there a lot, and it would be fun to do some videos like that, like this down there too. Amazing, amazing place. And I used to for a couple of years they had very, very cheap flights from New York to Nice in France. So I used to just jump in a cab, go to JFK, hop on a plane, wake up the next morning in the south of France, and just hang out with my mom and do some remote work from her balcony, while overlooking the Mediterranean. Yeah, that was amazing. I wish she still lived down there, and obviously that she was still in good health. But life happens. She moved back here. She sold her house and 2 apartments that she had down there. Let's see if these guys got any skills. I used to skate when I was a kid, or when I was a teenager, but I quit. Like I hurt my back really badly on a handrail. You see the handrail right there, but like a really steep one by a staircase. And I fell backwards and hit my lower back and my head really bad. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why I'm dealing with chronic pain. But yeah, it's fun. It's a fun sport. Just got to be careful. Or sport, whatever activity it is. I'm not really sure. But yeah, this is cool too. We got that. We got the basketball court over there. I'm about to do a quick workout in that little outside gym over there, and then head home, get started with work. Hopefully have a productive day. And please, guys, let me know where you're from in the comments. And also let me know if you're already subscribing or if you're new. And if you're not subscribing, please do. I'm going to be posting videos like this from when I'm in East Africa, Kenya, Istanbul, Turkey, New York, Paris, Denmark, and, you know, different places in Stockholm if you're interested in Sweden. If you guys are interested in coming here for work, you know, I can definitely post more videos of cool places that I recommend, you know, to just grab a drink or get some work done while you're having a coffee and grabbing a drink. You know, there's too many places. I don't even know how they stay in business. There's too many places here in Stockholm. Anyway, this is a park close to where I stay called Rålambshovsparken in Stockholm, Sweden. Went for a morning walk at 9. Now it's 10 local time. And it's time for me to wrap this up while I start doing my workout over here. I have a gym membership too, but I feel like it's much nicer to just do it like this in the summertime. We don't get too much of this type of weather in Sweden. The summer is very short, so you got to take advantage of it. All right, guys, for everybody, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, leave me a comment, watch the full video. I'm gonna post it. And yeah, hope you guys tune in again. I'm gonna be posting more videos like this from around the world with me traveling for work and just enjoying myself like we all are supposed to do. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.